Welcome back, dear learners. Before the ad break, we defined the Creditors Control Account. Remember, we are preparing the Creditors Control Account using our cash journals as well as our credit journals. Let's start with our credit journals. The first journal that we're going to look at is the Creditors Journal, the CJ. What is the CJ? This is a subsidiary journal in which credit purchases are recorded. So all our credit purchases, we record them in the CJ. Let us see how it looks like. This is our CJ. We have our creditors control, and here we are purchasing trading stock, and here it is stationery, packing materials, and we also have sundry accounts over there. How will this journal then affect our creditors control? Let us see. It is very important that we understand that creditors control is a liability. A liability. This is a liability account, which means it increases on the credit side. On the credit side, when we buy goods on credit, we record them on the credit side of the creditors control. That is how it increases. And on the debit side, this account will decrease. We'll begin off with a balance of 80,000. What this balance means is, from the previous month, we have bought goods on credit from our suppliers. So coming from the last month, we are owing them 80,000. However, in this month, we have also bought more goods on credit, as you can see from your creditors journal over here. And the total that we have bought on credit in this month is 54,800. This means our creditors control is going to increase in this case. We'll then come to the credit side and we'll say total purchases. We have taken the whole amount of credit purchases in this particular amount. And then we are taking this from the CJ, 54,800. It will increase my creditors control account. Let us look at the next journal. The next journal, therefore, is the creditors allowances journal. This is a journal in which the return of goods or a request for an allowance or an overcharge is recorded. It is very possible that our suppliers can supply us with goods that are defective, damaged, or the wrong color. We don't have to keep them. We can return them back to the supplier. In that case, we record such returns in the creditors allowances journal. Or we can request an allowance for an overcharge when they have charged us more than what they were supposed to charge us. We will now look at how does this journal look like. This is our creditors allowance journal. The 6,900 is the total thereof, which includes your trading stock, 4,800, stationery 175, sundry accounts, as well as your packing material, which is the missing amount there. The question then is, how do we post from our creditors allowances journal to the creditors control? Is it going to increase our creditors control balance or decrease the creditors control balance? You will see that it will decrease. Why do I say that? Because our creditors control account is a, liability account. It increases on the credit side and it will decrease on the debit side. The moment we have allowances, 6,900, I'll then come to my debit side and decrease what I owe to my creditors. I don't owe them so much because I have returned goods or I have spoken to them concerning an allowance. So I'll then say total allowances, I'm getting this amount from the CAJ and it's 6,900 as you see over there. Dear learners, it is very important that you understand that your allowances will decrease what you owe to your creditors. We will now move on and we will now focus on what we call cash journals. Let us look at our cash journals. Which journals will form part of the cash journals that affect the creditor's control. The first one is the cash payments journal. What is the cash payments journal? This is a journal in which all cash paid is recorded. The moment we pay cash, but these are not small amounts, because small amounts go to the what? Petty cash journal. So, but when we purchase goods, these are not small amounts, as I've said. All such amounts will be recorded in the cash payments journal. Let us see how the cash payments journal looks like. That is my cash payments journal. In the cash payments journal, I have bank, because I am paying for several things. I paid for trading stock, the 27.9, and then we have also paid our creditors, and we have paid 36,510. However, when we paid, we also received discount. We have paid wages, as you see, and we have also paid for stationery over there. We want to see now, how does this cash payments journal affect our creditors' control account? Remember, creditors, these are businesses or individuals whom we owe. So we owe them money. We must pay them money. When we are in the cash payments journal, we want to see, how then does it affect our creditors? Our creditors' control, I'll repeat again, it is a liability. It increases on the credit side. And on the debit side, it will decrease. When we pay our creditors, how much did we pay? We paid them 36,510. It will then decrease what we owe them. When we pay our creditors, it decreases what we owe them. In this case, you find bank from the CPJ, 36,510, exactly the same amount that is in the CPJ. But we have discount here. You're wondering, how then does this discount affect my creditors' control? Here is how it will affect. Again, in the cash payments journal, in this case, I want to focus on my discount received. That is, when I pay my creditors on time, they will give me discount to say, you have settled your account on time. You don't have to pay us the full amount. Then they give us discount, and we call that discount received. Let us now see how to record the discount received in our creditors' control. I'll repeat again. On the credit side, my creditors' control increases. But on the debit side, what does it do? Thank you. On the debit side, it decreases. Therefore, I'm going to take my 620, which I'll call discount received, and from the CPJ, and the amount becomes 620. You have to remember, from the CPJ, you will get your bank, that is your 36,510. You also get your discount received. We did bank earlier on. Now I was focusing on the discount that we have received when we pay our account. Let us go for an ad break, and I'll see you shortly.